Few would have predicted the speed of events. Parliament voting President Victor Yanukovich out of office. 24 hours after an EU-brokered deal aimed at peace was signed, it was in tatters. No one knew where the president was. Then came a pre-recorded statement, and he accused Parliament of mounting a coup.
All that is taking place today is vandalism, a crime, and a staged revolt.
He spoke after protesters and thousands of sightseers took over his presidential compound just outside the capital. None of the presidential security was in sight. The buildings were locked. The guards had travelled from Independence Square.
The people of Ukraine, our country, cannot depend on the mood of the president, who withdrew from executing his duties and remains at an unknown location.
The absent president had insisted that Parliament had no power because he hadn't signed off on reverting to the 2004 constitution. But Parliament is the only institution of power working in Ukraine right now, and the opposition has the majority. Yanukovych party members have been defecting or resigning.
I
would like to inform you the head of the parliament, Volodymyr Rybak, has written a statement removing himself from all duties of the parliament head because of illness and his need for treatment.
MPs voted for presidential elections on the 25th of May, and they fast-tracked the release of Yulia Tymoshenko, the former prime minister. Within a few hours, she was driven out of jail and heading towards the capital. Back at the presidential grounds where Yanukovych has spent millions of dollars on his personal facilities, thousands of people were still streaming in long after protesters decided to open the gates. As everyone set sight on the lavish buildings, the ornate gardens, it's hardly a case of violent revolutionary fervor, more like a walk in the park, an extraordinary atmosphere where everyone is convinced, it seems, that the president won't be coming back. The security vacuum has been filled by activists. There are no police or soldiers to be seen. This was a country that was under an iron fist less than a week ago. But whether it could stay this placid, whether its president could go quietly, is still uncertain. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Kiev.